We are heading to Cape Town.
Something that was on my bucket list and now I can cross it off.
It outsold Coca-Cola.
That is awesome.
Spinning a lot. Kevin.
Welcome hier to the man camp. Hey, Johan. 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 Donnie's in the middle. Oh yeah, he's in the middle. I'm not in the middle.
It's a kid brand.
Identical same flavor.
Chicken.
This is like a baby chicken.
First time, yeah, it's usually a
The first time ever for you, Bride, doing a bride.
Yeah,
Normally it's chicken. You're going to be calloused after tonight.
Making some South African braai, but just heating up the wood to make some coals from the wood. Then we're gonna put the grits on top of the fire to clean the grits. Yeah, it's delicious.
Hey, looky there. The old 1468. I've got so many tractors and otherwise I don't have enough, shelves to put it on, so I want to put in some glass, but I don't have enough space to display everything. Yeah, this one, there's only 50 of these made.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a serial number and everything on, so when my grandfather, he was in the States, September of 1981, so they had like 50 farmers from across the world, and 2 of them came to Africa, and this I think is number 9 of 50, yeah. So
Shit. The biggest tractor ever made was a Big Bud.
we are heading to Cape now. But I hope we make it to Cape Town.
We're here.
Another adventure begins. So we're going from the safari to the ocean.
Welcome to Cape Town, South Africa.
We're down here in Cape Town visiting Equalizer today.
Yeah, thank you, Donnie. My name is Gideon Schreder, and I'm the founder of Equalizer. Equalizer has been in existence for the past 22 years. I started the company after I finished my studies in mechanical engineering, went to farm with my family. From there, I started building machinery and quickly started realizing, okay, I can make a living out of this. So we specialize in the development and the manufacture of grain seeders, but also planters, precision planters for corn and row crops. So this is a unit that gets utilized to plant maize seed. It also places the fertilizer into the soil. So this unit in front here has got a cutting, what we call a coulter. It's basically a cutting wheel that opens a furrow where you can place your fertilizer into the soil. The more complex unit at the back is basically placing your seed. You don't want to place your seed right on top of your fertilizer because seed gets burned by fertilizer if it gets planted on top of that. So this whole unit is running on an offset to the seed line where this unit passes, creates a new slot, and that opens a trench where you places the seed. But what's very important with maize, you want to place one seed at a time, and that is what this unit is doing. This is a metering unit from Precision Planting. It's an American product, the best you can get. It's got a seed plate. At the back of this plate, we have the seed flowing from this bin. So this bin can hold about 2 bags of seed, and then we've got a very unique system where we've got a vacuum fan that sucks onto this nozzle. So then you can imagine as it turns, it picks up the seed and then it cuts the vacuum off at a very specific place, and then it drops down a tube into the soil. Right, now we've seen how this works. Let's go down to the factory floor and then we can show you what it takes to build a machine like this. So welcome back from the factory floor. Like you see, it's a very integrated, complex process of manufacturing planters.
You're doing a really exceptionally good job at it, and we'd like to wish you even more success that you're having, and thank you for building products that feeds the world. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Donnie. Looking forward.
Hi guys, we are here at Loveren Wines. I want to introduce you to Philip. Philip, thanks for having us here.
Very welcome to Loveren. You won't believe it, it's the 23rd of March. It's the last day of our harvest, and you're just in time that we can go and show you in the fields what we are doing in the production side and what we are harvesting today. Follow me. Yeah, cool.
So we're outside now here in the vineyards of Loveren at the last parcel of the Rubinay, which is a red juice grape variety of Loveren. The machines that you're going to have a look at, Kevin and Cheryl, you are going to have a drive on it. These are a machine that shake the vines, and these shaking action then drops off the grapes. And the grapes are then collected in a holding compartment and then tipped into a wagon that drives all the way to the cellar, which you have seen being tipped and processed.
I'm guessing this machine here, it's got to be way faster than by hand.
Yeah, this broad New Holland machine replaces about 100 laborers' work. So we've got 3 of these machines. They harvest about 10 tons an hour.
There's only one problem with that. It's not red.
Yeah.
Run red combines or green? Red? Green. But these must be good grapes because, you know, even though the leaves are green, they're bleeding red.
There you go.
Van Loveren's got about 900 hectares of vines. We've got 27 different varietals. And we started the 5th of January. We harvest every weekday, around about 10 to 12 weeks. We normally finish the first week of April. But this year being the smallest harvest in 20 years, the grapes ripened earlier. So we finished today, that's the 23rd of March. That's for us very early. We'll harvest 90% of our crop with machines and 10% we'll harvest by hand.
How many years have you been running the mechanical machines?
Nearly 25 years, I would say.
How many different varieties of wine will you be making off of the fields?
On the fields, we've got 27 different varietals, white varietals and red, Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Cabernet, Merlot.
When you first get the plants in, you plant them all by hands when you start a new field, or is it done by a machine?
All our vines are planted by hand.
By hand.
All right, well, let's get you guys onto the harvesters and get you guys picking the last parcel of Rubinay at Van Loveren.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you.
The red grapes ferment on the skins. After the process is completed and the wine is manufactured, we then have to drain the wine and dig out the solids to get that last bit of extraction. So this is what's going to happen now. We've got 2 guys inside of the tank. They are pushing out the solids, and then you 2 are just going to channel it up. We're going to inspect the press where we extract that last bit of wine.
So you're telling me now that Kevin's got to work?
This is how he's going to earn his bread and butter. You guys keep working.
Crack the whip. Tell Kevin he needs to go a little bit faster. How do you get underneath there?
Take it easy.
Look, looks like a big pile of purple poop.
Harvesting 2 o'clock in the morning, and then the grapes come into this hopper, and then we take it through the destemmer into the cellar, where we put it in the red wine fermenters inside the cellar. I'll just show you just now. The red grapes into these big red wine fermenters, and they'll ferment here for about 7 days, after which take the juice off, and then we work out the skins and press it, and then we'll take it into barrel where it will stay 12 to 18 months depending on the style of wine we want to make. Today is the 24th of March. This was the flood level in 1981 and 2003. We get some barrels from United States, from the Mississippi forest. The wood come from there, but the trees in the Mississippi grows quicker than the trees in France. The American oak we'll only use for our Shiraz, and it gives us some other flavors like vanilla and the cigar box flavors that we want on our Shiraz. All our other barrels, about 95% of our barrels come from France. Our trees in South Africa grow too quick, barrels will leak. That's why we've got to import them. If you make whiskey or bourbon, you can use these barrels for 50 years, but wine barrels, we only use them for 1 or 2 for white, and then we move over to red, and maximum 8 years, then we'll chuck them out and they go to the garden for plants and stuff. There you go. This is a wine thief, called a wine thief. Now you spill wine out of a barrel. Say once a month, we'll have to taste all of them to see how the wine develops. A lot of tasting going on. Yeah. It's good.
That is very good.
We make a coffee style pinotage, so we don't add the coffee to the wine. The coffee flavors we get when it's fermenting on a heavy toasted wood. Sparkling wines, we pick the grapes much earlier to have a lower alcohol. Then we'll have that wine made in a similar way than a white wine. We'll add cane sugar, then we start the fermentation process again in the wine. The second fermentation process will take place in bottle. That's when the cane sugar are fermented into alcohol. So the champagne process works like this. So what happens is the bottles will lay in big bins on their sides, and then the yeast cells inside the bottle will die after they created the CO2. The yeast will go and lay at the bottom of the bottle, and we've got to get the bottle clean. We've got to get rid of that dead yeast cells. So we'll take the bottles and then we'll put them in these crates, and then for 18 days you've got to turn them 1/8 like this. Go like this. After 18 days, you'll see the dead yeast cells there, all collect there. Then we'll freeze that section, and then we call this process degorging. The process works like this. Take up the crown cap, and you push in, and we'll put a cork in. For this process, you'll pay like 50 to 100 rand more than a normal sparkling wine. And then to get the finer and smaller bubble. After 6 years, we bring out a wine called a forgotten one, because the winemakers forget these 60 bottles here. We'll sell it for 10 times the price. Our Four Cousins Sweet Rosé used to be the best-selling wine in a glass bottle in South Africa. In 2009, it outsold in the December Coca-Cola. And then one beer company came and they brought out the TV ads that said, "Real men don't drink pink drinks." Since then, our rosé sales started to slow down, but then we sweeten a red wine, and now our biggest seller is our natural sweet red wine. When you drink our wine, you don't only drink a corporation wine, you drink a family wine, and you get the family experience. Our loyal customers out there, thanks for all your support over the years. This is our wine doctor, Rico Summers, and he's going to tell you a bit about tannins and yeast that he uses in his wines.
Things that we mainly add is during the rehydration process of fermentation, we need to add nutrients. So the nutrients we use are a combination of organic and complex nutrients. We use specific suppliers that focus on the cultivar. So if we want to make a quality Chardonnay, we're going to use Stimula Chardonnay. It just helps to enhance the fermentation process so that it doesn't lag or create any off flavors. But it's not just nutrition that's important for the wine, it's also tannins. So you would know from storing in barrel, that's where the wood extraction happens, which is the oak tannin. But we don't have to keep wine in barrels. We can also add these types of tannins which come in a condensed form or in powder. So we have different styles of extracted tannins. Some of them would bring a little bit more vanilla character, and some of it could also enhance the chocolate flavors. So these aren't any flavorants or foreign chemicals. It's literally just a water and alcohol extraction from the tannin that would naturally occur in different types of oak.
Kevin, Sean, Donnie, welcome to Loveren Vineyards. It's lovely for Basil, Henny, myself, Philip, co-owners, and three of the four cousins being here today. Henny's actually said that he's going to tell you a bit of our history.
This farm, my grandfather started, he came here in 1937. So we grew up together and now we're here. Philip is our CEO, I'm a production manager, and Basil is the winemaker. The other cousin, Neil, is also a production manager.
Unfortunately, Neil is cycling the Cape Epic this week. It would have been nice to have him here, but maybe next time.
Yes.
And we are very blessed. Both our dads and parents, my mums are still alive and with us. So they live on the farm, 83 and 77 years old. So that is a special.
We are very lucky here. Got very good weather, so rain is perfect for us. Soil's very good, neutral, pH neutral. We don't have to add a lot of lime or gypsum. The weather is just fantastic farming conditions.
We can farm with everything here except bananas. Everything grows here. It's unbelievable the weather we've got. We're quite fortunate. Some wine areas in the world, I know that I have to spray 17 times a year. And we in a normal spray, we spray 6 times a year because our weather we only get 8 inches of rain.
Low humidity.
So we don't have that so much problem with powdery mildew.
The grapes are a little more resilient. Interesting. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, I'd rather farm with vine grapes than table grapes.
Table grapes really
very sensitive to weather issues. We were fortunate, just before COVID, we brought out a wine called Almost Zero, made of 100% Sauvignon Blanc grapes. We've also got the red, that's a red blend that we do, of a Shiraz Pinotage blend, that we take a wine through a spinning cone and we spin out the alcohol. We were fortunate that we were the first guys to do this in South Africa in a commercial way, and when COVID came, we weren't allowed to sell alcohol in South Africa. One of the wines that actually helped us financially to keep us going through COVID. And now, our wine out of the lot that does the best in the States, and it's quite popular in the States. Our grandparents came here in 1939, they got married, and in 1942, our grandmother ordered a tree from Durban. Now, Durban is like 1,600 kilometers from here, and when the tree arrived at the train station, the other farmers joked at our grandfather and told him, why do you buy a tree, such an expensive tree that grows wild down in the river, just 100 meters from here? So my grandmother didn't believe him, and he went and he took a piece of tree out of the soil of the river, planted next to our grandmother's tree, and the tree's just outside there. We call it a tangled tree today. Exactly the same tree, and there's 2 trees growing as one. They intertwined, and they are now a fantastic story of our grandparents.
And what is interesting about this bottle, follow the bottle, it's made polystyrene, so it's plastic. So when you let it fall, you can actually use it again. So it's eco-friendly and recyclable, and it's wine that suits the story in terms of being a nature product.
So if you had to live with just one wine for the rest of your life, which would it be?
Sauvignon Blanc.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
I'd probably go with Van Loveren Sauvignon Blanc too. I hope you learned a bit about the wine industry. Thank you for visiting us, and we look forward to sharing the company with you the rest of the evening.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
We'll miss you. See you again, Derek. See you soon.
Hello, everybody. Today we're at Boulders Beach. Got this beautiful penguin. Look all around. It's gorgeous. It's a lot different than being worried about getting eaten up by a lion or a tiger. Something that was on my bucket list, and now I can cross it off. Check.
This is cool, but I want to see the lines. I mean, penguins are all right.
Unfortunately, our trip is coming to a close. We've got one more day. We're going to go to Table Mountain, do some more shopping, and then take an 18-hour flight back home. Which I'll be thankful because I miss my family.
Peter. Come on, baby, make it hot so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. That's so good.
Hello, everybody. We are on our last day in South Africa. Been a beautiful 2 weeks. We are getting ready to go up Table Mountain. We're so excited. The big cable lift that we getting ready to go up. I don't know how many feet up it is. It's pretty high.
Hopefully we'll make it back down.
Scared?
Nope, not at all.
Scared? What do you think?
What do you think? I don't want to go home. I miss my kids, but I don't want to go home. Evan, would you quit trying to scare me?
That's a long way down. That is awesome. Wow.
It's freaking cold. That's all I can say. God dang it.
You're on the Weather Channel.
Well, we're back from our long trip to South Africa. Cashed in the elephants to see my wonderful dog, Magnum. Good to actually see the kids, too. Many great memories. Can't wait to do it again. We plan on going back in June. Now that I'm back on the farm, I can actually go back up to Turkey, and Kevin and I can have some separation time.
Amen!
It was an amazing trip. I hate coming back to this nasty cold weather, but it is what it is. Farmers got to do what farmers got to do. Here we go, back at the turkeys. This season, Donnie and Janet come to visit us also, shooting guns, having a good time. Got several challenges with the film crew, arm wrestling, you name it, we've done it. Y'all stay tuned and wait to see all the action pack that's coming up to Live to Farm in this season.